All right, we're going to go ahead and get started tonight. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Pat Kane, Public Programs Visitor Services Coordinator here at the Museum of the Grand Prairie. And in just a few moments, Rebecca Rego is going to join us on our virtual stage for another Soloists for Suffrage virtual concert tonight, live on our Facebook and YouTube pages. I want to thank you again for tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from tonight by writing that down in the comment section below. Always love to know where folks are watching from. I, of course, am streaming live from the Museum of the Grand Prairie. I'm in our photo booth, part of our newest special exhibit, How Long Must Women Wait? Women's Suffrage and Women's Rights in Champaign County. And it may look like I'm out in front of the White House protesting just as the Silent Sentinels did in 1917 and 1919, but this is a photo booth, part of our wonderful special exhibit. Rebecca is off in the exhibit space in the next room. But again, right in the comment section where you're watching from today, would love to hear from you. Nan says hi from Champaign, Illinois. Champaign is also a band is tuning in, and they're tuning in from Sedoris, Illinois. Nan also says hi, Rebecca. Katie is watching from Urbana. So again, thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Continue to keep the conversation going down in the comment section. Before we do get started, I did want to promote a few ongoing things and upcoming things. So the Soloists for Suffrage concert series is a series of concerts featuring 4 excellent local artists performing live from our newest exhibit space, How Long Must Women Wait? Women's Suffrage and Women's Rights in Champaign County. Rebecca Rego is our 3rd out of 4 concerts in this concert series tonight. This exhibit commemorates the 100th anniversary of the 19th Amendment's ratification. This exhibit explores the women's suffrage movement locally and nationally as only one landmark in a long continuing struggle for women and other marginalized people to claim an equal role in society. So visit us soon. We are open on a limited basis from 1 to 5 p.m. on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Visit us soon to explore the special exhibit, or if you can't come and see us or you're somewhere else across the country, check out the virtual tour of the exhibit on our Facebook and YouTube pages. As I mentioned, the museum is open on Tuesdays through Saturdays from 1 to 5 p.m., but we do ask folks to pre-register before visiting, wear a mask, and follow other safety protocols in order to register to visit us. Again, go to our Facebook page, website, to find out more information on visiting the museum. Also, the Museum of the Grand Prairie is part of the Champaign County Forest Preserve District, and CCFPD areas continue to be open as they have been throughout this entire pandemic. So please explore responsibly in those Forest Preserve District areas by wearing a mask and keeping a safe distance from others. Over the past several months, we have gotten really great about putting out tons and tons of awesome digital content on our social media pages, things like stories of local history, pieces from our collection, virtual summer camp videos, virtual events and concerts, and so much more. So check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Goodreads to find out all of that awesome stuff. We do have one more concert left in the Soloists for Suffrage set happening on October 15th. Again, right here on our Facebook and YouTube pages, where Lizzie Roars is going to join us on the virtual stage for the final concert in the concert series. We do also have a special exhibit speaker series starting up again, and our next program is 1 week from tonight, again on our Facebook and YouTube pages on Thursday, September 24th at 7 o'clock. Where Kyle Ciani, who is a historian, activist, and professor in Illinois State University's Department of History, she will virtually present an engaging talk titled From the Lobby to the Street, Strategies Used by Voting Activists in the Early 20th Century. Again, that program is next Thursday at 7 o'clock. We just want to remind you again to continue to share the stream, continue to let us know where you're watching from tonight. Love to see those comments down in the comment section below. Also, keep the conversation going. Say hey to Rebecca. Let us know what you think of the virtual concert tonight by putting that down in the comment section below. Okay, so enough of me talking. Let's turn it over to the real star of the show tonight. So I'm really excited to turn the show over to Rebecca Rego for our virtual concert tonight. We're really lucky to have such a well-known Midwestern talent join us tonight in Rebecca Rego. You may be familiar with seeing her perform alongside her band as Rebecca Rego and the Trainmen. Rebecca's singer-songwriter talents led the band as they recorded their third full length LP, Speaking of Witches, at Justin Vernon's, also known as the performer Bon Iver, his Grammy Award winning April Bass Studios in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, with notable producer Bo Sorensen. And they eventually released this album in 2019. So check that out. Speaking of Witches, if you haven't checked it out already. Tonight, Rebecca is going to perform solo and will even premiere some brand new music for us. So find her online on Bandcamp and Spotify, just as I have, and many of her songs now are in my everyday Spotify playlist too. So check those out again on Bandcamp and Spotify. So without further ado, let's give a warm virtual welcome to Rebecca Rego.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Patrick. Lightning bolt, where you make yourself sick. Most people never get a reason for it, but it makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Heresy comes from all directions. Mine's eating me alive every morning I wake up. Just like a flood or the ladder of Jacob. How could I be free? And I don't really trust much of anything. Been led to water to find a dried up spring. Where's the justice from living clean? It's true, it ain't fair. Some get a shiny spoon, others just have hands. There's fear, love, and greed, and it's all how you see it. Michael, there's a flood of warm and winter. You could take any fruit and make it better, but if I could kiss every part of you, I'd make it sweet. Some people are born with a heavy burden. You could choose to ignore it or keep on learning. Wonder if these visions are the future or just dreams. It's true, it ain't fair. Some get a shiny spoon, others just have hands. There's fear, love, and greed, and it's all how you see it. Oh, Michael, you're right. I don't know if what I'm doing is helping you sink or fly. Oh, Michael, you're right. I don't know if what I'm doing is helping you sink or fly. It's true, it ain't fair. Some get a shiny spoon, others just have hands. But there's fear, love, and greed, and it's all how you see it. There's fear, love, and greed, and it's all how you see it. There's fear, love, and greed, and it's all how you see it. There's fear, love, and greed, and it's all how you see it. Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here, Museum of the Grand Prairie. This is my first time inside the museum, I think. I think we played outside here once by a beautiful waterfall. years ago. Um, and yeah, I'm looking at everyone's awesome comments up here, and it's so nice to know that you're all out there. Um, my name's Rebecca Rego. If I don't know you, and I live in Lexington, Kentucky now, but I did live in Champaign for a long time, and really like the community here. I I'm playing some old songs. That song was off Speaking of Witches, which is a record that me and the Trainmen put out about a year and a half ago now. And then I'm going to play some new songs that I wrote kind of during the last few months of not playing shows. This is probably only my second live performance in the last 6 months, which is probably the longest I've gone in 20 years without playing music, which is insane. So it's nice to be here tonight doing that because it's felt weird to not for so long. But yeah, so I'm playing some new songs that I wrote during the quarantine and playing some new songs that are going to be on an EP I'm putting out in November 11th. So, and I'll talk more about that later. But this next song is a new song that hopefully me and the band will get to record soon. It's called Brave. How did daredevils get in fast cars, jump off tall buildings, waiting for their bones to shatter to get a cigarette break? Putting something out of its misery like it was nothing. That's the kind of courage I can't even fake. Could you be yourself? Do you need my help? It's not too late to be brave. Could you be yourself? Do you need my help? It's not too late. I could understand every crazy plan comes my way. Here in the spring, we don't mean a thing we say. Float until I fall, it's jealousy and song stays away. Could you be yourself? Do you need my help? It's not too late to be brave. Could you be yourself? Do you need my help? It's not too late. I can't define why I cry when I see the ocean hit the shoreline, but I get the fuel to keep moving, keep moving. Could you be yourself? Do you need my help? It's not too late to be brave. Could you be yourself? Do you need my help? It's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. It's not too late. Okay. So yeah, I tried to work up some older ones too. And this is off an album that we recorded in Tolono, Illinois, 2014, I believe, and it's called Solono. It was before we lived here, and it kind of that recording experience, really made me and the rest of the band kind of fall in love with this area, and I moved to Champaign not long after that. But this song's called Stuck. Haven't played it in a long time. Gonna hitch my wagon to your little star, where you wandered in here after they towed your car. We're the last ones drinking, they closed the bar tonight. Where you heard it in a movie, maybe in a magazine, all the things that you do and the nothing in between. Somewhere there's a story where the things we want to be come true. You and me, that's just us. It's a thing that we have that we can't have back. It's a thing that we have that makes us stuck. 5-6-8, well, I guess it's worth the wait. You dangled at the hook, I took the bait. Now I can't say nothing when there's nothing left to say. There's a hopeless cause, it's just fire and sin. You're up early, I just want to sleep in. Would you ever finally let me win? You and me, that's just us. There's a thing that we have that we can't have back. There's a thing that we have that makes us stuck. With his weights and chains and a girl and a boy, I'd ride this river straight out of Illinois to a place where no one knows you and no one ever fails. Do you remember all night? Will they drive to Cheyenne? Yeah, the world in our eyes. Nobody had a plan. If we tried real hard, we can do that again and again. You and me, that's just us. It's a thing that we have that we can't have back. It's a thing that we have that makes us stuck. You and me, that's just us. It's a thing that we have that we can't have back. It's a thing that we have that makes us stuck. Okay, this is my first live stream, and it's a different type of nervousness. It's like the the endless abyss of nerves. But, we're just learning every day. I'm looking at some of the comments. Melissa Merely, this is nice. Awesome. Oh yeah, Melissa, thank you. Very sweet of you. I'm gonna tune here for a second. If there's any other questions out there too, Patrick said, keep them coming. It's the rules. And if anyone's in the area, I think you can come during regular hours and view this wonderful exhibit. Just a lot of really awesome information about women's suffrage. Okay. This song's called We Jump in the River. And mentions champagne. We jump in the river when it's 8 feet high. I can hear those as the train's rolling by. Well, they're rolling down to Kansas, coming down to New Orleans. I hitchhike in the winter, I hitchhike in the rain every other week, all the way to Champaign, trying to find the future trying to keep my love. Well, she's been waiting for me. She's the only one that I've been dreaming of. Now I know it seems strange, yeah, the things I say. Stories about the monkeys and the frogs and the rain. You may not think it's true. You seem like someone I could tell things to. I heard about the factories, I heard about the coal. Gotta get out of the South, gotta make a new home. I've been trying to save up, had a lot of bad luck. Well, they plant potatoes and they plant corn. They got a million types of sickness, got 1,000 cures for 'em. They could fix you up too. They're never gonna heal this heart that's just aching here for you. I know it seems strange, yeah, the things I say. Stories about the monkeys and the frogs and the rain. You may not think it's true. You seem like someone I could tell things to. I heard about the factories, I heard about the coal. Gotta get out of the South, make a new home. I've been trying to save her. I've had a lot of bad luck. And they plant potatoes and they plant corn. They got a million types of sickness, got 1,000 cures for 'em. They can fix you up too. Well, they're never gonna heal this heart that's just aching here for you. I know it seems strange, yeah, the things I say. Stories about the monkeys and the frogs and the rain. You may not think it's true. You seem like someone I could tell things to. Okay. Thanks so much. Thanks, Mike Ingram, for those nice comments as well. I think the first time I was in Champaign, I went to Mike Ingram's open mic that he used to host at Cowboy Monkey. Do you remember that, guys? I don't know if I'm supposed to address them, but but is it okay to address you guys? There's people back here. There's 2 people only. We're very socially distanced. It's all good. But yeah, uh it was so fun, and I just remember such a great music community here. And it was um I think I went with my friend Sarah Sasaki, who played violin. If you remember Sarah, Dustin, you know, she taught at the music store for a long time. Amazing violin player, fiddle player, everything. She was so cool. And went with her and Reggie Chapman, he's sort of like a Urbana-Champaign legend around here. So that was pretty magical night. And soon after that, it was kind of around that time I moved here to kind of be part of this community, and just met so many good friends that I still have here. Okay, let's see here. I hope everyone's been taking some time to really meditate on a lot of their creativity during this time. And I know it can be hard because, uh, you know, it feels weird for the first time in your life to not be able to plan something. You think that's sort of like what everything's always been based around, is like okay, this is my next thing. I'm going to, I can't wait till this month because then we're going to do this thing. And we just don't have that anymore. It's like more of an existential life that all of a sudden the whole world's cast into for the meantime. And I think that in that sometimes it's hard to like see like what's the point of making art? What's the point of like keep creating? But honestly, I think that if you what I've done really is just like try to throw myself into that more and like really keep writing songs and keep making time to do that every day, because it's really made this time pretty special. And I think everyone's trying to find a way to make it special for themselves, whether it's spending time with family. But early on, in I think it was early April, I was doing some writing, and I was just kind of telling the story before we went live, is that I started to get pretty like cabin fever, like most of us during that time. We were just like all of a sudden just at home, every day, all day long, and not being able to like go see loved ones. And it was, for a time, you're like, okay, how long is this going to go on? How long until I can see my friends and my family again? And I come to Illinois pretty regularly. And, even though I live in Kentucky, I'll still come up here to practice with my band and see friends. And it, went on for like a few months where I couldn't come up here. And I was just saying how, the whole time I lived here, I've always had to do this drive. I was in Champaign, I had to do this drive on 57. So from Champaign to Chicago, and it's this long, epic road that is just like the flattest, probably one of the flattest places in the planet. And when you're driving on it, you're kind of like, oh gosh, here we go. This like, never ending cornfields. But when I was at home during quarantine, I just kept thinking, man, I just miss that drive. I miss Illinois, and I miss like the beauty of like being able to like tour and go to different places and constantly be in different situations. And um, it just really made me realize how much I love that. I love playing music. And it just made me realize how much I even love that terrible drive up 57. So I this song is kind of about that, and I put it out. I recorded it. I'm lucky to live in Lexington, and in my house. Uh, my boyfriend is a audio engineer, and so we were able to record a song in our house during quarantine. And this song is called "In the Dust." So we did that and put it out during that time. Sit around and watch the grass grow. Get real high and we feel real low. Midwest highway sounds. Combine wheels turning corn into meal. Takes all day for the sun to go down. Sleeping in the front seat. That dead jam on repeat. Waves in the grass, feels like we're at sea. Memories are made with you. Like a movie I know every word to. Ain't much now I can touch. We leave the pain in the dust. Sit around and watch the paint dry. Writing songs on the back porch. Neighbor's dog starts to cry. Heat lightning makes me skip a breath. Swimming in the mountains on our day off. Then drive to the Carolinas soaking wet. Memories are made with you, like a movie I know every word to. Ain't much now I can touch. We leave the pain in the dust. Memories are made with you, like a movie I know every word to. Ain't much now I can touch. We leave the pain in the dust. We leave the pain in the dust. We leave the pain in the dust. Okay. Speaking of witches, speaking of demons, full of ghosts in Kentucky, they don't stretch that hard to believe in things they can't see. Alice in all of this pain and truth, it's a miracle that somehow you made it through. Walk through fire and get brand new. All the secrets of the South that live in the moon. I'm aging hard in the middle. I could see a future all along. Oh, everything I learned now, it's gonna be wrong. Speaking of demons, I'm trying to live freedom. All the things I believe never seem real or make sense. Allison said, get your backpack. Where we're going, we don't need a road map. Let me lead you underground and teach you how to hear your talk back. I'm aging hard in the middle. I could see a future all along. Oh, everything I learn now, it's gonna be wrong. Speaking of witches, speaking of demons, full of ghosts in Kentucky, they don't stretch that hard to believe in things they can't see. Allison, I just have to thank you for always believing it was true. Always trying to tune out these callings, moving at the speed of light here every morning. I'm aging hard in the middle. I could see a future all along. I could see a future all along. Oh, everything I learn now, it's gonna be wrong. Thanks so much to everyone out there. Oh, somebody just like wrote Reggie. You saw that. Dun-dun. Do another little tune up. Is the great cover up Ward, do you think? Is that Ward? Do you want to say if that's you? I think it is. Anyone out there want to put what other albums they're listening to right now? Give me some good ideas for the drive home. I wrote this next song. This is on an album that we put out when we, me and most of the Trainmen lived here in Champaign, and we recorded it after we did Tolono. It was a record called "Lay These Weapons Down," and did it like over a year. Some of us lived together in a house that was over kind of in northeast Champaign, I think, is where it was located. And yeah, and we recorded some of that record with James Treichler, who's an amazing engineer here in town. And this song specifically I wrote when I was working at Bacro. And I remember I had just kind of started the job there, and I was going through a really rough time. And I remember me and another girl that worked there, we would come to work every day, and we would just like set up, and we would always say, what are we going to listen to? What are we going to listen to that's going to make us feel really good today and make us feel better? And it was kind of during that time that I realized how what a healing like, you know, what medicine music is, you know, just basically there can be times where there's going to be nothing else that makes you feel good except for that like certain song that you can like just really, it just really like hits to the heart of what you're going through. And so I wrote this song, and it was kind of about, it was about that, about just using music to sort of for a little bit of respite from some of that pain. In the bar where we go after the show, we were talking and smoking. Oh, your heart was broken. Some so light. Wanna skip this part in my life. Wanna smash every glass in this place tonight. Oh, give me some music to fill in this hole. I never felt so out of control. Let this night lead to nothing, and time heal this soul. Could I have loved you better? Well, I don't really know. God tore you apart when he stopped her heart. Now I just try to keep everyone in line. I try to clean, to keep from the pain. You know it's alright, boy, if you need to cry, boy. Oh, give me some music to fill in this hole. I never felt so out of control. Let this night lead to nothing, and time heal this soul. Could I have loved you better? Well, I don't really know. This thin moon shell just spins around me, swells. Every mantra I read is just wake up and breathe. I want to be strong. We've come so far now. I don't know how to leave. I don't know how to leave. Give me some music to fill in this hole. I never felt so out of control. Let this night lead to nothing, and time heal this soul. Could I have loved you better? Well, I don't really know. Could I have loved you better? I don't really know. Could I have loved you better? I don't really know. Nice. I like all these comments. We'll talk about these albums after the song. I don't know what's real anymore. I'm just stomping on the floor. I just hear your broken bones. Hate you more over the phone. I'm just trying to ask you out. Well, it's harder than it sounds. Hear you everywhere I go. Always sounding like a bad no. My own name is like a steamroller. My own heart is like a crushed cane. I just want my old man back. Paper's never gonna stop, 'cause the banks are calling up, sending money down to Mexico. Think she knows you better than I do, but it's all just so cliche. Look at the kids and don't know what to say. Drive around listening to old tapes. Try to wring this hurt out like a rag. like a steamroller. My own heart is like a crushed can. I just want my own man. When you crawl up on the scene, say I don't know what I mean. Always trying to intervene, and I cry until I bleed. Everything is always red. I can never get ahead. Then I'm falling into bed. But I know this might be real. Oh, it might just be a dream of another scheme. Every morning I just feel like I'm about to scream. My own name is like a steamroller. My own heart is like a crushed can. I just want my own man back. Okay. Lots of good recommendations here, guys. This Phoebe Bridgers record has been brought up a bunch of times, and that new Home record too. I do need to listen to that because, yeah, I've listened to some bits and pieces of it, but definitely need to listen to the whole thing. That Phoebe Bridgers record, though, I listened to it a million times already, and on the way up here as well. So good. What else is on there? Oh yeah, and Vivian's new record, Vivi Lightbody. That's a good one. Thank you for all these recommendations. This is great. Paul's record. I gotta get that one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, um, working on new stuff, and I was really lucky. Before all of this happened last fall, I sort of all of a sudden just got to the end of my rope with the day to day. You know, I was working in a restaurant, and I kind of was like, you know what? I need to take a break from this and go do some exploring out west, and sort of, you know, kind of moved everything out of my apartment and just went on a really long tour of the West Coast. And I'm really glad I did that because, uh, now with the current situation, it might be hard to do that again for a long time. But um, in the process of kind of going on that road trip, I sort of started here in Illinois and then went to Colorado, and then kind of went all the way down to LA and then made my way up to the San Francisco area. And when I was there, I did some work for a friend of mine that also records a lot of this band, Bo Sorensen, and he was working with another band there. And I was able to record some songs that I've been working on for about 4 years while I was there. And it was in a really beautiful spot in an area called Stinson Beach, which is just on the other side of the Golden Gate Bridge, north of San Francisco. And so um, some other friends of mine in a Colorado band called Whippoorwill, they were out there making a song, and they were able to kind of do some work on a few of these songs. And I started writing this batch of songs about 4 years ago. And it happened when uh, I was living here in Champaign. And one morning I woke up and I went outside, and there was a package on my door that I hadn't ordered. And so I opened it, uh, and it was a book from a friend of mine, and it was called A Manual for Cleaning Women. And it was a group of short stories by a woman named Lucia Berlin. And I'd never heard of her, and I'd never heard of the book before, but it just said, I think you're going to love this book. So it was really nice. It's a really nice thing to do for your friends, especially like friends that are kind of always trying to find new influences. Just like send them stuff out of nowhere, because it'll be a nice treat. So that's yeah. So I started kind of crawling through this book. Every story, like instantly, it was just like they were so gripping, and they were so unlike anything else I had really read before. And Lucia was a woman that she was born in the I guess she was born in like the late 30s, and she wrote most of her work is written around like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's sort of like when she did a lot of her short story writing, and it was published in like smaller publications, some magazines, kind of during her lifetime. But this group of short stories wasn't published until 2015, and she died in 2004. And so they uh the work is kind of basically like a retrospective of everything she did. And so it talks a lot about her um raising 4 boys on her own. She was like, you know just very committed to her writing, but also just like kind of very like, she moved around a lot. She lived in Texas, she lived in New York City, she lived in the Bay Area. And it's about some of her struggles with alcoholism, and her struggles are like being a single mother and sort of like making ends meet, doing both of those things. She worked in hospitals, she worked cleaning houses, she worked in restaurants, and it's a lot of the same things that I do in order to kind of make this music thing work. So it was it just spoke to me in a lot of ways. And over 4 years, I just slowly started writing songs based on not each one, but like a lot of the different stories in the book. So I'm going to put out 6 of those songs November 11th. The EP is going to be released. And I'm very lucky to be able to perform the songs in another streaming event that will be in Chicago with the orchestral group called Eighth Blackbird. And they're gonna sort of rework one of the songs, and then I'm gonna perform the other 5 of them. So it'll be very similar to this, and it's going to be in their practice space. So the next song I'm going to play is called Step, and it's going to be on that EP, and it's about Lucia's time in a Oakland detox, and just the experience that she had. Once I start, there's no end. This booze is like a freight train going off the edge. You wake up with the fear for what you've done. Have you hurt your lover? Have you killed someone? And I end up back in detox with these guys tonight. We'll gather around the TV, we're waiting for the fight. And I always forget how cold it is here. We're wrapped up in blankets as the crowd starts to cheer. And it's Leonard versus Benitez, it's an easy match. And Sugar Ray will take it in 2 seconds flat. And then the rounds go through 1, and the rounds go through 10. We start praying Benitez will stay in the ring. And some inside me can't root for a star. Always cheer for the guy they say won't go far. But it's hard to know how to do any kind of winning when everything feels like a war of attrition. and they put up the card for round 15. And it's so quiet, the announcers can't say a thing. And Sugar Ray mouths, I can't believe he's still standing. And there's a 1-2 and the mat meets his knee. And I could see my breath as I whisper, God, please help me. And I could see my breath as I whisper, God, please help me. This is another new one. Wish I had something to give you, but everything I own is a trick. I'm still waiting here to tell you this, but I think it might be a mistake. Walk me out to the alley, 2 feet of wind and cold. Never wanted to be so far away from you, every step like a broken bone. What I say here in the dark, it's been living in the mountains and caves of my heart. I'm a dry stave, waiting to warm the fire of your heart. Take me anywhere you want. Lists are all about living, I'm buried up to my neck. I'm still head first here, with all this fear, hoping you could come back. Carry me onto the sidewalk, carry me into the car. I'm stealing all of these habits, I'm wasting every good part. But I say here in the dark, it's been living in the mountains and caves of my heart. I'm a dry stave, waiting to warm the fire of your heart. Take me anywhere you want. In the patient part of my breathing, I am all out of breath. It's a story you used to read me where we'd forget about death. What I say here in the dark has been living in the mountains and caves of my heart. I'm a dry stave, waiting to warm the fire of your heart. Take me anywhere you want. Take me anywhere you want. Take me anywhere you want. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Melissa. Oh, Melissa's here. Nice. Hi, guys. You working for Brady? You come on pretty late. beer in the garage. You go up straight to bed. Got you hooked on the cocaine. For a while you felt no pain. For a while you never heard a single word I said. Some strange in the water learned about your other daughter. She been living for a while up in Michigan. Will you dream that you're John Wayne? You dream that you run away. I want you to stay here with me. You come on from the card game. Another thing that you won't say. Another thing you could roll up and try to forget. Well, every 4th of July, get your flag and your battle cry. Get the whole town, light up the sky. You remember all your friends. Will you dream that you're John Wayne? You dream that you run away. I want you to stay here with me. Now these secrets kill you. They roll up and they spill through. No one ever really knows you. They don't ever really try. This block's like a graveyard. They don't live here anymore. Someone's coming to the back door. I'm staring at the time. Will you dream that you're John Wayne? You dream that you run away. I want you to stay here with me. I want you to stay here with me. Okay. Melissa, what do you say? I'm watching at my new home across the way. Oh, nice. Awesome. So you're really close. Good. Melissa, nice to hear from you. Okay, we got a few more here, right? We're still doing good on time? Okay, cool. Still rolling through. Okay, let's see. If anyone out there too is like, I wish she'd play that, I will play it. Just I'll probably remember it. So just write it down or write it in there, and I'll probably do it. By the time I left South Florida, I'd done every drug I could. Daddy limped out to the car to say goodbye. He said, baby, I know you're still good. And here in the new place, neighbors fight by the light of the moon. I could hear a door slam. Well, it makes me lonely for you. I remember how you made me crazy, and it scream and curse at the sky. I don't know why God made me wild. I don't know why I failed everything I tried. And I'd say you'd wreck me, you drive me to an early grave, but I still miss even our worst days. And here in Kentucky, they think they know about cold. They don't know about that winter we spent freezing each other's souls. I don't know why I held on. I guess I was scared to be true. There's an island in all of us, and our love is like a shipwreck crew. Well, I'd say you'd wreck me, you drive me to an early grave, but I still miss even our worst days. I still pick every battle, I don't know how to bend. Give me all your fallen soldiers, give me all of your worst men. Well, I still pick every battle, I don't know how to bend. Give me all your fallen soldiers, give me all of your worst men. Well, I'd say you'd wreck me, you drive me to early grave, but I still miss even our worst days. Okay. The bar song, Bury My Body, those are the same song. I will play that eventually. I'm going to do it. I'll do it soon. I'm going to do this one first, though. Let's see if I can remember it. Another new one. And as everyone knows, we're going through a lot right now. Not just with the, pandemic, but also there's like crazy fires that are happening. The whole Western United States is, really struggling with that, and politically, like our, every, I live in Louisville, Kentucky. I've lived in Louisville, Kentucky. I live in Lexington now, but as you know, there's just a lot happening there, and it's hard to kind of just not keep talking about some of that stuff in my music. I haven't really ever been a political songwriter, but it seems like the time where everyone, if you feel a certain way, like in your heart what is right, and when you know what is right, you should tell people what is right. And so that's sort of where I'm at right now with this song, is kind of just listening to yourself. Let's see here if I can remember it. When they put me in the ground, will they know what I'm about? Will they know if I believed in the human good? Will they know that when we wake, that every person has a stake, no matter what color they were born in the sun? Gonna put down the screen and stop listening to these screams. There's a moon outside shining bright. I don't need some talking head to tell me what some other rich man said. I got a beating heart to tell me what is right. Were you born to be a shepherd or just another sheep? Have you been lying there like prey for another wolf to eat? And even if you've been angry or just half asleep, there's still time to change the world with every breath you breathe. Gonna put down the screen and stop listening to these screams. There's a sun outside shining bright. I don't need some talking head to tell me what some other rich man said. I got a beating heart to tell me what is right. And I can't keep nodding my head along with you. I can't keep being polite. There's a long history behind these wounds. There's a built-in compass inside. I'm gonna put down the screen and stop listening to these screams. There's a river I can walk with as it winds. I don't need some talking head to tell me what some other rich man said. I got a beating heart to tell me what is right. I got a beating heart to tell me what is right. I got a beating heart to tell me what is right. I'm gonna get to that "Bury My Body" song. I'm gonna play one more song off of this new album coming out. That's gonna be called "Songs for Cleaning Women," and this song is called "Mama," and Lucia talks a lot about her mother in a lot of her different stories, and they had a rough relationship. And I think, different generations were constantly like trying to navigate each other's histories. Like, we're all walking around. I was listening to that Michelle Obama podcast recently, and she was saying her mom used to say, like, we're all walking around with the untold history. Um, and we can see here, like, kind of tying that into where I'm at right now, it's not really always been easy for people. And so everyone's kind of walking around with a lot of that pain. And Lucia talks a lot about her mother, and she had a pretty rough upbringing, and that sort of got passed on to her, being her daughter. And they kind of grew up like that. And so she writes a lot about that. And that's what this song's called about. It's about her mother and their relationship, and that how that kind of affected her growing up. So. Mama said nothing good ever comes from love. You suck your pillow with tears and smoke 2 cigarettes at once. And she'd write me old suicide notes. Guess I knew she'd think about me before she'd go. She disowned law when she moved to Mexico. She wouldn't even let her in when she got sick and came home. And here's a story God wrote about us before we could even talk. There's a wind that blows across Texas when I'm driving out here in the dark. And I think about you now in the ground. They put her on a boat when she was just 19. Chain smoked with the captain, laughed and drank gin. She was off then to marry Ed. all the things she could have done if she wasn't run by men. There's a story God wrote about us before we could even talk. There's a wind that blows across Texas when I'm driving out here in the dark. And I think about you now in the ground. And she hated to see us grow and do well, have a future and get beautiful. It's sad to say I'm the same way to you. Every action I take's a little jealousy of you. There's a story God wrote about us before we could even talk. There's a wind that blows across Texas, and they buried you with the stars. And I think about you now in the ground. And I think about you now in the ground. Okay. I do a couple more. I think that's good. Maybe one. Okay, cool. We got a little bit of time here. Okay, guys, here it is. I think I've always played this song. I've really never told the story of it that much, but I'll do it really quick. Is that this bar song, or Bury My Body? I lived in Chicago for 9 years, and I worked at a corner bar there called the Village Tap, and I closed that bar down almost 4 or 5 nights a week for 9 years, and it was real fun for about the first 5, and then the second 4 years before it became a lot. And it was an interesting time because a lot of people come to the bar instead of going to therapy or maybe doing something healthier for themselves. And so you get a lot of that, being a bartender, but a lot of great stories and a lot of great songs came out of it. And it was a beautiful place to work. And I had a wonderful boss who unfortunately passed away a couple years ago. And I wrote this song many years ago when I was still working there. And I remember I even performed it at the bar with him a few times. So it's just about that time, living there and living through all those people's stories. So. I'll bury my body underneath this bar. Know the spiders in the ceiling, know the cracks in the floor. I know everything that's happened here before. It knows everything about me. I took my first drink when I was 16. Out back in the alley, it was Johnny and me. I was looking out, he was smoking by the tree. That's how the whiskey first got me. I'll bury my body underneath this bar. Know the spiders in the ceiling, know the cracks in the floor. I know everything that's happened here before. It knows everything about me. Oh, Frank and Jake, they were friends for life. Oh, they never ever thought they would want the same wife. It was hours of drinking when they started to fight. That's how they broke the third window from the right. I'll bury my body underneath this bar. Know the spiders in the ceiling, know the cracks in the floor. I know everything that's happened here before. It knows everything about me. Oh, Annie and Adam met at table 23. It was 9 months later, they were married with a baby. They're still here every other Tuesday, closing the place down with me. I'll bury my body underneath this bar. Know the spiders in the ceiling, know the cracks in the floor. I know everything that's happened here before. It knows everything about me. I'll bury my body underneath this spot. Now the spiders in the ceiling or the cracks in the floor. I know everything that's happened here before. It knows everything about me. Well, I lost my job and I lost my wife. My friends don't call and my kids don't write. This is where I spend most nights, trying to forget these days. Oh, bury my body underneath the spot. Now the spiders in the ceiling or the cracks in the floor. I know everything that's happened here before. It knows everything about me. I'll bury my body underneath this spot. Now the spiders in the ceiling or the cracks in the floor. I know everything that's happened here before. It knows everything about me. I'll bury my body underneath this spot. Now the spiders in the ceiling or the cracks in the floor. I know everything that's happened here before. It knows everything about me. Okay. Do you have time for one more? Or we can turn it? Maybe. Yeah, it's cool. Cool. Yeah, I think I got time for one more year. And I'm really happy to have been asked to do this. I know we were supposed to play in August. We were supposed to play again, do an outdoor show here, and it's nice that they got creative here at Museum of the Grand Prairie and probably really got up on their technology game. And it's awesome to be able to still play music for people in this way. I'm missing all of your faces, though. The flesh and blood. This song is on Speaking of Witches, which, like Patrick said, you can find on this next song is, yeah, it's on that. And you can find it on Spotify or Bandcamp and all that good stuff. So it's called Magic. I'll spotlight desire. My brain is on fire. I could worry about a lot of things, but I don't worry about you. And then when we kissed, like we already did. I don't know if other lives exist, but if they do, I was in one with you. Even when you're gone, doesn't matter. There's something else going on here. This love is magic. I don't take this for granted. Hard to find someone to plan with. Hard to find someone you could be your real self at all. Even if you need space, even if you need time, take all that you need. We have a whole life. And even when you're gone, it doesn't matter. There's something else going on here. This love is magic. One sigh of relief, with black holes breaking, universe is shaking. I have one being that could understand me. And even when you're gone, it doesn't matter. There's something else going on here. This This love is magic. Even when you're gone, it doesn't matter. There's something else going on here. This love's magic. This love is magic. Thank you so much to everybody. It was so nice to hear from everybody. Thanks.
Well, that was really, really amazing. Really well needed. Rebecca is such a talented artist. I wish you all could have heard it from my perspective, 6 feet away from her, but really glad that you had the opportunity to join us virtually tonight. I want to thank Rebecca she drove all the way from Louisville to be with us tonight. So that's really, really amazing. We really, really appreciate that, and hope she drives safe on her way back. But I want to thank Rebecca for joining us. Also want to thank Dustin. He's behind the scenes for running our sound tonight. And most importantly, thank you to all of you out there for watching and for tuning in, and for keeping the conversation going, sending out your kind words to us in the comment section. Hope you can join us for our last Soloists for Suffrage set, which is going to be on October 15th. Be our last set here for this series. It's been really, really awesome to do these virtual concerts during this time. Come and see us at the museum. If you can't come and see us, find us on social media or websites. I got a whole bunch of awesome, fun stuff there. Also, be sure to check out Rebecca on Bandcamp and Spotify. Rebecca and the Trainmen. Find them for some really, really awesome music. Again, thanks to everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. It was a good night here.